welcome back to another video from Nyah Creative Home YouTube channel. Welcome back my beautiful community. For today's video I will talk about lighting. I will explain how to use lighting in your benefit when you are creating your interior design. Let's get started. Lighting plays a really crucial, important factor in your design because light can transform the overall feeling of your space. It can affect the mood, the ambience, the functionality, even the functionality of the space. So by adjusting the brightness, the color, and the direction of the light, you can manipulate the mood that you are trying to portray in that design. For example, highlighting a specific piece of art, highlighting a sculpture, a painting, or even a piece of furniture. It is possible with some specific type of lighting. Lighting can create a cozy atmosphere, can even increase your productivity. So light has that impact in you. Light have that impact in your design. So it is really important to think about the whole process and to pay attention to every detail when you are designing your lighting, when you are incorporating lighting in your design. There are steps that you need to follow in order for you to fulfill the purpose of the lighting and the purpose of that space. As I always mention, it's important to think about the purpose of the space, the moods that you want to achieve with the design that you are creating. One more element of lighting that you need to think about is the type of bulb, because that will influence the mood that you want to transmit to. Different bulbs have different color temperatures, and which can affect the overall feeling of the space. So for example, more warm tones bulbs can create a feeling of coziness and comfortable and warm. But on the other side, the more cooler bulbs, they make you more energetic, more productive. So you need to think about what's the purpose of the space so that you can choose the right type of bulb, for example. Additionally, something else that is really important is to think about the direction of the light. If the light is coming up to down or down up, that creates different effects on your design too. The upward facing lighting, for example, they create a space more relaxing, more cozy, more intimate. And on the other hand, the downwards lighting create a sense of a bigger space, something more spacious, something more brighter. To maximize the benefits of the lighting that you are using, it is important to consider the specific needs of the room that you are designing and choosing the appropriate light fixtures and the appropriate bulbs too. When you are illuminating a space, there are three questions that you need to ask yourself in order for you to start your project, because it is important for you to plan how you're going to incorporate the lighting in every specific part of your design. And I will give you guys, towards the end, I will give you guys a simple way to plan your lighting. So stick to the end of the video and I will provide that to you. As I was mentioned, there are three important questions that you have to make when you are thinking about the lighting that you want to use. And those are, what are you going to illuminate? Are you going to illuminate a desk? Are you going to illuminate a kitchen? Are you going to illuminate a bedroom? Because different areas needs different types of lighting, different directions of lighting. So it's important to think, what are you going to illuminate? The second question is, how will you illuminate that space? Will you use lighting coming from the ceiling? Are you using lighting coming from the floor? Are you using sconces on the walls? Those are important questions. The last question is, with what? Are you using desk lighting? Are you using ceiling lighting? Are you using floor lamp? All of those questions are important, and you need to answer each question before you start to plan your lighting design. Think about the sensations, think about the effects and where the lighting will come from. is really crucial when you are designing. When it comes to lighting, there are a bunch of factors that you need to consider. I will give you guys some more points, some more tips for you to think when you are planning the lighting for your design. First of all, think about the dimmer switches, because installing dimmer switches in your space can allow you to adjust the lighting levels to match the mood you want to create. This can be especially helpful in areas like living rooms or bedrooms, where you want different lighting depending on the time of the day or the activity you are doing. Natural light is always important. If possible, try to maximize the amount of natural light that enters your space. This can help you improve your mood and energy levels, and it can also save you money on your energy bill. Don't forget about task lighting. In addition to ambient lighting, you also want to consider task lighting for specific activities like reading or cooking. Desk lamps, floor lamps, and under cabinet lighting can also be great options depending on your needs. Energy efficiency is important. When choosing light bulbs and fixtures, look for energy efficient options like LED bulbs. This can help you save money on your energy bill and reduce your environment's impact as well. By taking these additional factors into your account, you can create a truly customizing lighting plan that meets your needs and enhance the overall atmosphere of your space. But still, if you are wondering, how will I choose the right lighting style for my design? Think about the purpose. Think about the amount of light that you want to see in that space. Think about the quality of the lighting. Think about the type of fixture that you want to use, and think if this lighting is going to be this lighting will have the purpose of lighting or just a decorative lighting, because that is possible. Not all lighting types of light will be used just to fulfill the purpose of lighting, to fulfill the purpose of make everything clear. No, you can use lighting as a decorative element too. It is possible. And for example, like I mentioned before, if you want to highlight a piece of art, in that case, most of the time the lighting is just to be a decorative element. You don't properly need to illuminate that painting, for example. But if you add the lighting on top of the painting, it will enhance the painting and will create a focal point. So that's the way, for example, to use decorative light. You can use sconces. Sconces are a way of decorative light too, but I will give you guys more options furthermore in the video. There are 4 main types of lighting to use, and those are the ambient lighting, the task lighting, the accent lighting, and the decorative lighting. Let me break it down, what each of them do and how can you use them. The ambient lighting is generally lighting that used to evenly light up a room. This could be a natural light from windows or overhead lighting like chandeliers or track lighting, providing a space with overall illumination and allow you to see and move around safely. It's the foundation for any interior lighting scheme. Where can you use the ambient lighting? In every room in your house, towards the center of the room, closer to the ceiling to diffuse light more efficiently. The task lighting. The task lighting is used to help you with specific activities like reading, cooking, or studying. It's usually brighter than the ambient lighting and directs towards where it's needed the most. This type of lighting may come from a variety of sources, including desk or table lamps. Where can you use this type of lighting? To a study or office, desk lamps, kitchen under cabinets, bedroom reading lamps, or the bathroom vanity lighting. Accent lighting are used to highlight specific features in a room, like an entrance, plants, artwork, or fireplace. It can play an integral part in additional drama and character to a room. Where can you use this type of light? To highlight and draw attention to a feature such as an artwork or a plant, as I mentioned before, to highlight an architecture element, that's possible to do, as decorative lighting. The last type of lighting is decorative lighting. The decorative lighting is used purely to aesthetic purposes to add extra touch of a style. It can include lighting fixtures like wall sconces, chandeliers, or pendant lights. You can use decorative lighting in your entrance over a dining room table, in a living room, walls consist on either side of your bed. Just with that in mind, just to, like, with that knowledge that you have like 4 types of light, you can start to plan your design, to start to plan where you're going to use your design. But I will give you guys just some ideas of what type of lighting that you can use in your design too. Check it out. As I had promised in the beginning of the video, I will give you guys some ideas and ways to plan your lighting projection, because it is important. I know that most of you just, okay, I want to have a light here, light there, but if you put your mind into it, if you create a plan, it can be as simple as possible. You don't need to be a professional. You can do it yourself, or you can hire a professional to do that for you. You can hire me. I'm available for that if you need me. If you want to reach me, go to my description box to see all of my contents. I will be glad to help you with this task. But if you want to do it by yourself, I will give you some a simple plan to create your light, the light that you need for your space. So let's get started. To begin this light plan, you will need to start to draw your floor plan. You can use either Planner 5D, or you can use Homestyler, for example, to draw your floor plan, if you want to do it, or you can draw by your hand. It's up to you. It's will depend on how easily you can go through those websites. I think, in my opinion, Planner 5D is easier than Homestyler. Try it out, both of them, to see which one works better with you. So, as I was mentioned, first you need to draft your floor plan. Start to measure your room. And if you do on the paper, for example, you can, it is better for you to use the scale 1 to 50. And that means that every 1 centimeter, 1 inch of your floor plan represents 50 centimeters or 50 inches in the reality. Once you have sketched your floor plan to scale, it is time to note some important fixtures. Okay, now you have your floor plan. Let's move to mark everything that is unmovable objects, everything that is going to be fixed in your design. Fixed furniture can be fireplaces, doors, windows, alcoves, anything that you know that is not going to be moved are your immovable objects. And it is important to draw them on your piece of paper, or in your, if you're using the website, you can put there the immovable objects too. The next thing is to draw your furniture that will be placed in that room. Try to mimic the size and the shape of the furniture. If you're drawing by hand, you don't need to be perfect, but try to be the most accurate as possible. Don't need to be perfect, just accurate. More realistic. Something like realistic, but you don't need to be a Van Gogh to design your piece of furniture. Just like, for example, you have a round table, just put like a circle and the chairs around it. You have the sofa, put like, most of the sofas are like rectangular, so you just need to draw a rectangular, and that's it. You don't need to go bananas, try to be a Van Gogh to design your pieces of furniture. You don't need that. The next step is to note the room functions. Mark in all possible functions of the room with graphics, like here you have the TV, here you have the reading area, the eating, the studying, the exercising, etc. Adding in rows to represent what direction people will facing in the room can help identify the placement of the lighting fixtures. For example, sitting at a desk for working or facing towards the television. These extra steps will help you understand the flow of your design and the flow that you need to think about when you are designing the lighting. the light. The next step is to choose the locations of the light sources. Draw light circles in areas that you want to bring light into. Draw like the space that you want the lighting to illuminate. But try to avoid the overlapping of fixtures and ensure that is equal levels of light spread throughout the room. Aim here is to dodge any dark spots. Next step is the sockets and the circuits. You need to add that to your lighting design too. Take note of the existing sockets in your space. In older houses, for example, it's common to have too few sockets that encourage the dangerous overloading of plugs. Analyze where you would like to have the light switches. Move around the space and think logically about the entry and exit points. For example, if you enter a room, where is going to be that like simple and straightforward place that you know that people will touch to switch the light? You need to think about the functionality, and you need to think about ways to make it easier for people to switch the light. The last step is the recessed lighting. Recessed lighting is commonly used in open plan living areas such as kitchen diners. It increases the amount of lighting in the room, helping the space feel larger. Recessed lighting is practical too, allowing you to perform daily tasks with ease. Be sure to place the recessed light at least 3 feet away from walls. This helps to avoid dark shadows in corners. Okay, so you have your plan, you have the types of lighting that you can use, you know the 3 important questions that you need to ask. I just need you to remember that the type of lighting that you are used can influence not just the ambience, not just the mood, but it can play some tricks in you, or can play tricks in the tasks that you are creating. So, for example, in the bathroom, if you were doing your makeup and you really want your face to be light up, you don't want to see shadows in your face. So the placement of the light is important. A lighting that comes from the ceiling will create shadows in your face, for example, and that is not good when you are doing your makeup. So think about that when you are designing new light, for example, for the bathroom. In the kitchen, the kitchen has like places to do tasks, like the places to cook. You need that place to be really lighting, with a good amount of lighting. So if you use under cabinets lighting, make sure that you use them in a way that it is really function and that illuminates the whole space that you are doing your tasks. The same goes, for example, on your office, and you want to be working at night, for example. You need something a type of light that will not be too tired for the eyes and that illuminates properly your space. It is really important to use the correct amount of light, especially at night. If you are working, if you are reading, you need the proper quantity of light. The last part that I wanted to touch is the living room. If you for example, if you have a TV, you need to be careful when you're choosing the lightings, because you don't want something that will make your screen glare, or that will reflect in your screen, and then it's going to be hard for you to watch a movie. For example, if you are in a space that you have a window on your back and you have the TV on front, the light that is coming from the back to the TV will be reflected into TV, and it's going to be harder for you to watch television. So pay attention to that. If you during the day, most of the time you don't need the lighting, but at night, for example, you need to pay attention to that. If you want something more cozier, you just need, like, for example, table lamps on the end tables, or if you want more light, you can have a lighting in the ceiling, but don't put the lighting like on top of the television, for example. It has to be further from the wall. Most of the time the television is facing back the wall, so you need that space in order for the light not to reflect in the screen. All of those specific elements, all of those that knowledge and that particular situations you need to think about when you are creating your lighting. But as I mentioned, you can hire someone to help you out with that. But it's always important to understand, even if you're hiring someone, it is really important to understand what the designer is doing for you, what the designer needs from you, the questions that they are going to make you. The fact that you already know most of the things that you need in order to create the plan, in order to choose the design, is going to make this process a lot easier. So this is the reason why I'm showing you guys, explain you, giving some tips, so that you are aware of the steps and then aware of the needs that you have when you are designing. You already have all the knowledge that you need. I think I cover everything. If you want me to bring more things about more topics, if you want me to go more in depth in each section of lighting in the living room, in the in the office, in the kitchen, let me know here down on the comments down below, and I'll be thrilled to help you with that design process. As usual, if you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe to this beautiful channel, save this video for later, share this video with your family, with your friend, with everybody that you know that is going to benefit with this video, and hope to see you in the next video. Till then, take care. Bye, people.